Hi, everyone. Dan Eisner here from ZLC Employee Benefit Solutions. I'm working hard to find better ways for employee benefits by partnering with finance and HR leaders. And I do this by leveraging my relatively unique profile with 20 years of experience as an employee benefits advisor and my skills as the only chartered professional accountant working in this business in the local market. So thanks for joining me today for this podcast where I'd really like to talk about an issue that I'm passionate about. Employee benefits are already a significant cost, and they continue to grow, and there's no relief in sight. And that's a significant financial risk, but they also continue to be absolutely critical to attract, retain, and engage the employees you need to run your business. So, how do you deal with that conundrum? As always, I'll give you my thoughts, but I'm really interested to know what you think. Also, if you like what you hear and want to learn more, be sure to hit the like button or follow me or hit the subscribe button so you can be notified about other podcasts to come. Okay, let's get started. As already mentioned, to my knowledge, I'm the only CPA working in the employee benefits market in the local area. I'm proud of my working relationship with the Chartered Professional Accountants of British Columbia. A couple of years ago, I was asked to share my advice on the topic of understanding the financial risks of employee benefits, and I wrote an article that was published in their In Focus magazine. Now, that article shed light on why business costs related to employee benefit plans was growing and where they were going. Okay, I'm also proud to have been working with the Chartered Professional Accountants of BC for the past 8 years around their professional development program, where I've developed and taught the only in-depth course on employee benefits on this same topic. This course helps participants better understand the current reality related to employee benefit programs, recognizes that a financial storm isn't coming, but it's already here around the costs and risks related to these programs, and the program develops strategies that are best suited to attendees' own unique needs. So this year's edition of the course is being finalized and is part of the CPABC's Spring-Summer Professional Development Program on June 15th. So more recently, in working with clients, they've asked me to address this issue around the financial risks in a different way, given that double-edged sword when it comes to managing them. These plans still have some significant financial risks, but they're also needed, as we said, and they're more critical than ever for the majority of organizations. Okay, on the one hand, the business costs related to employee benefits are significant. And as I said, they're growing, and they're generally growing faster, even compared to the elevated broader market inflation that we're seeing. There's no relief in sight in the foreseeable future, for that growth. And organizations often have a limited strategy built around managing their employee benefits programs. So, according to research from the Conference Board of Canada, the average annual cost for an employee benefits plan in Canada was about $4,400 per employee in 2018. And that's the last time they completed their benchmarking survey. And their data showed that the average annual per capita cost for employee benefits had increased by approximately 6% per year between their last two surveys in 2015 and 2018. So while we're waiting for the Conference Board's next survey data, we rolled this data forward ourselves. So based on ZLC Employee Benefit Solutions benchmarking data, we estimate that the average annual per capita cost of an employee benefits plan is now close to $5,500 per person per year. It's hard to believe that there was once a time when this area is referred to as fringe benefits, whereas now it's often a top 5 corporate expenditure, particularly for service organizations. So since 2018, the last time the Conference Board did their survey, we've seen annual inflation rates for employee benefit programs range from 6% to 9% per year. Again, much higher than the inflation rates for other areas of the business, even considering the unusually high inflation we've seen over the last couple of years. And as I've said, fortunately, there's no relief in sight, as we expect continuing pressure on these plans because of a perfect storm that is brewing, driving these financial risks. First, based on our experience, probably more than 90% of employees are now actively using their benefit plans. And this correlates to the aging workforce and also an increasingly unhealthy population in Canada. Secondly, employees are using their benefits programs more often and for a broad array of services. In particular, the use of paramedical services, particularly massage therapy and mental health care, has increased significantly. And lastly, employees are using their plans for higher and higher cost services. So let's just talk an example. While benefit plans benefited significantly from lower priced generic drugs over the last 20 years, there's not much gas left in the tank because those savings have essentially been exhausted. And to be honest, going forward, there really isn't much motivation for the pharmaceutical industry to develop more low cost drugs. Instead, we're seeing them swing for the fences and build specialty drugs that cost $15,000 to $50,000 per year or more. Okay, so these financial risks related to employee benefits programs are real. But on the other hand, these programs are vital for attracting, retaining, and engaging the key talent needed to run a business. Okay, it is so hard to believe that the labor market continues to be incredibly tight, with unemployment levels staying near historic lows, in spite of the economic risks we're all facing related to inflation and the potential for a recession. Okay, so as a result, organizations need to continue to provide these programs in order to be competitive in the market. Okay, as well, employees continue to place a real high value on an employee benefits program when they're joining or staying with an organization. And in fact, the majority of employees now simply believe they're entitled to it. That said, the COVID-19 pandemic really helped increase the perceived value that employees place on their benefit plans, which is not surprising given that employees often look for security when the world around them is full of uncertainty. Okay, but now employees are also expecting more from these benefit plans and want their employers to address their broader needs and more diversified needs. So that gives us this double-edged sword, increasing costs, but increasingly important to the business. Okay, so while employee benefit plans are large and it's a growing financial cost with these risks, okay, we've never needed them more. Okay, that's why organizations really need to take a longer term view and develop a more formalized strategy to manage these plans. Okay, you cannot effectively manage anything unless you truly understand how it works. Okay, organizations need to assess how employee benefits fit within their broader people and business strategies. They should determine whether they want to be reactive and simply keep pace with the rest of the market, or be proactive and lead with an innovative plan design. Organizations also need to assess the needs and desires of a multi-generational workforce with varying needs and desires. Most importantly, organizations need to determine how the costs of employee benefit plans fit into their long-term business plans and whether there are certain specific financial targets or constraints that they need to meet each year. So, where do you go from here? I'd say one possibility is to attend my upcoming course. Okay, the course is Understanding the Financial Risks of Employee Benefits. And as I said, it's put on through the Professional Development Program offered by the Chartered Professional Accountants of British Columbia. That course is being held virtually on June 15th of this year. And that seminar, it's been developed to help participants better understand this reality that we live in for employee benefits. It helps them recognize that a financial storm is already here around these costs and risks, and it helps them develop strategies that are better suited to their own unique needs. So we use a combination of lectures and interactive surveys and discussions, help people better understand the area of employee benefits, the key cost drivers, and the future trends. Okay, those are my thoughts and opinions. So please let me know what you think. Was this helpful? More importantly, how does this compare to what you're hearing from your current advisor or other advisors in the market? As well, I'm always interested to know if there are other current topics that you'd like to see me cover in future podcasts. Let me know what's bothering you, keeping you awake at night with respect to your employee benefits plan. So once again, thanks for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a notification on the next video podcast. As well, you can follow me on my LinkedIn business page, and that information will come up on the screen in a second. Thanks so much.